Hi everyone, this is Selina. Welcome back to one of my videos. I hope you're well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Selina and I release crochet tutorials and free patterns. And today I'm bringing to you this beautiful coquette inspired phone case. I will be giving indications on how to make it in different sizes if you want to crochet this for your iPad, for example. As always, the free pattern is available on my blog, selinaveronique.com. The link will be in the description box. And this is a very beginner-friendly project, as you can see. So for this project, I used some yarn that I had at hand. So for the main part of the case, I used Rowan Cotton Glace. And this is 100% cotton yarn, and it's considered a fingering weight yarn. So this is a finer, slightly finer yarn than a DK Light 3 yarn. It's fingering weight. I use this because I had it at hand, to be honest, but I do like the effect. So this is a colour, I can't remember the name of the colour, but it's kind of like a cream colour. I will be linking all of the materials in the description box, so don't worry. I also used a fine pink yarn. So this pink yarn I think is Sirdar Cotton yarn. I will be writing that in the description box. And I think this is a DK Light 3 yarn that I had at hand. But honestly, it doesn't matter. This is for the bow, so you can use whichever cotton yarn you have. If it's fingering or DK Light 3 yarn, it's fine. I also used a 3mm crochet hook, a tapestry needle and a pair of scissors. I will be speaking in US terms with British terms in brackets. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And without further ado, I'm just going to jump into the tutorial. Okay, so to begin this tutorial, we are going to be making this part first, which is the main part of the phone case. As you can see, we are going to be working it in the rounds. Okay, so this is quite fine yarn, but to begin, we will be making a slip knot and pop your hook through and tighten. And I am going to be showing you a little hack on how to crochet in the rounds. So we will be chaining 38. Obviously this can be modified depending on the size that you want. So mine is a standard phone size that I've based this pattern on, but obviously if you want to make it exactly, if you have an iPad and you want to modify it, just chain more using the same method and then just measure it around your device. So we are going to be chaining 38, so chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and once we've reached 5 chains, this is when my hack is coming into play. Just to make sure we don't twist the chain, pop your hook through the first chain that we made, and then making sure you haven't twisted the chain, pop it through the last chain that we made, and now just go ahead and chain your 38, 6, 7, and as you can see, 8, 9, and as you can see, it does not twist the chain. So I've chained less just to demonstrate the stitch for this part, so yours should be longer. Now that you have the correct amount of chains, just slip stitch through the first chain that we made, and as you can see, this creates a perfect non-twisted chain. So now to begin, chain 2, 1 and 2, and this counts as your first half double crochet and goes with the first chain. Now go into the next chain with a half double crochet, and so 2 half double crochet, wrap your yarn around your hook, go in to the chain, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. Take your yarn and pull through 3 loops. And this creates a half double crochet. So now just go ahead and place a half double crochet into each and every stitch across, and then when you reach the beginning chain that we made, I'll get back to you. Okay, so we've reached the beginning chain, and what we are going to be doing is slip stitching through the first chain 2 that we did, like so. And this is what we have. Obviously yours will be a lot larger. Now for the next row, it's very simple, chain 2, and this counts as your first half double crochet. And once again, just go ahead and place a half double crochet into the next stitch, and just place half double crochets along until you reach the beginning of this row, where you will be slip stitching to the first chain 2, and just continue this pattern over and over until you have 23 rounds in total, or the number of rounds that you want, and then I'll show you what to do after that. Okay, so this is what we have. I've finished my last row, and I am going to fasten off. So I've fastened off my yarn, and I am going to pull through just to close off the last stitch like this. So this is what we have, and my seam is at the back, so my seam isn't straight today, but never mind, you can hardly notice this, and this will be the back of the project. So yes, so this is what I have. I will be showing you how to sew the bottom, sorry. So we will be sewing the bottom in a moment, but what I will be showing you now is how to crochet the little flap that goes over the case. So to begin this part, take your yarn and make a slip knot. I have long nails at the moment, so it's a bit harder. Pop your hook through and tighten. And now what we will be doing is a triangle granny stitch. So chain 4 to begin. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So once you've chained 4, slip stitch through the first chain that we made, like this. And now we have a circle into which we will be crocheting. So to begin, chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this counts as your first double crochet in chain 1. And now place 3 double crochets inside this center. So to create a double crochet, wrap your yarn around your hook, go into the center, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook. Take your yarn and pull through 2 loops, and take your yarn and pull through 2 loops, and this creates your first double crochet. Now place another 2 double crochets, and as you can see, I am fastening in my loose end as I go. So we have 3 double crochets, chain 2, 1 and 2, and now place 3 more double crochets inside this center. Chain 1 and place 1 last double crochet inside the center like this. And this is row 1 of this pattern. At the end we will be tightening up our loose end to close off the center where we began, but we'll do that afterwards. Now for row 2, chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and once again this counts as your first double crochet and chain 1. Now go into the space directly with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3 double crochets. Now go directly into the space, the center space, the chain 2 with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and now go into the last space here with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 and place 1 last double crochet into the space, and this is what we have for row 2. And now chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and obviously I've turned my work at every row, as you can see. Place 3 double crochets in this space, 1, 2 and 3. Go into the next space with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Go into the space at the top with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2 and place another 3 double crochets in this stitch, 3. Go into the next space with 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and then go into the last space here with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 and place your last double crochet here, and this is what we have. Let's measure it up against our project. So we do need 1 extra row, so I'll let you crochet 1 extra row and then I'll get back to you. So I'm back and I finished my extra row. I did fasten in all of my loose ends just for the video, so that's what I did. You can fasten in your loose ends at any point. I did pull the center here gently and then fasten in the loose end, and now we are going to be sewing this part in. So this is the bottom where we began. We will be sewing this, and we are now later on, and now I'm just going to show you how to sew this onto your project. Obviously this is the back. Just identify the back of your project, and I've just fastened off and I've just kept a long tail for sewing. So yeah, that's what I'm using, and I don't usually use sewing pins. I just sew my projects in without using sewing pins usually, but you can by all means use sewing pins. So just go ahead and sew this in. I am using the mattress stitch, but you can use whichever stitch you prefer. I'm just going to let you carry this on and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm back and I finished sewing on the flap. As you can see, I fastened off, and now I'm just going to show you how to sew the bottom of the project. I did fasten on a piece of yarn. Once again, I am using the mattress stitch for this part, and the mattress stitch is simply a stitch where you go in one side and out and directly through the other side, just to create a more seamless stitch. This is the inside of my my phone case. We will be turning this inside out later on, but yeah, just go ahead and sew this in and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make the little bow. So this is what I have. I love it so much. So to crochet this little bow, it's very easy. Take the pink yarn and make a slip knot, pop your hook through and tighten, and now we are chaining 40. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so once you have 40 chains, it's very simple. We are going to be skipping the first chain from the hook and going directly into the second chain with a slip stitch. So just go ahead and slip stitch through that first chain. Now go ahead and slip stitch through the second chain, and just go ahead and slip stitch through each chain across until you reach the end of this row. Okay, so I finished this part. I fastened off. What I am going to be doing is creating 2 knots with my 2 loose ends, 2 or 3 knots, and you will see why later on. So just delicately do this. So to create your knot, your bow, measure about this length for one side, turn this like that on top of your bow, hold it with your hand, your thumb and finger, and now wrap the rest of the project around and gently pull it through. So this took me a couple of attempts to get it right, but you will get it right. Just adjust your bow as you go along. So it took me a couple of attempts, but this is what I have now, so I'm really pleased with it. And now I'm going to show you how to sew it onto the project. So just take your bow, and I'm just going to readjust it a tiny bit before sewing it. Pop it here, just measure where this will fall. So I might pop it a tiny bit lower, just here, just measure. And now I'm going to take some pink yarn and sew the bow onto the project. So I'm holding the bow like this. I've taken my tapestry needle and placed my yarn on it, and obviously this is what we are going to be seeing. So I'm just trying to be gentle. I'm just going to go through. I am going to be sewing this on quite well. The reason is we are going to be opening and closing this phone case or iPad case or whatever you are going to use it for. I am going to try and sew all of the elements to the project. Does this make sense? Just to avoid it to stop it from moving around. So just go ahead and secure it, and I'll meet you back after. So to finish this part off, as you can see, this doesn't look pretty, but who cares? I've gone on at the back of where we've sewed. This is the inside, this is the bow, This is the inside of the phone case. You can obviously turn this inside out if you prefer. I'm going to be doing this just to secure the bow from the inside, because obviously on the outside this is where we are seeing the bow, so better to have it a bit less pretty on the inside. Does this make sense? So I'm just going to do this, tie a few knots on the inside just to make sure that the bow is nice and secure, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I am so pleased with this, how this is looking. We are going to be closing this over, so I'll let you do that. Okay, so I'm really pleased with the end result. I've tied my my flap over. It's secure. I love it. Let me know in the comments what you think of this Coquette inspired phone iPad case. I really enjoyed crocheting this, and I know this is going to be something that I use every single day, so I'm very excited. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and comment. That really helps out my channel. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.